Hi, I'm Gwen from Vtuber Builder, and today I'll go over features and setting tips for my changeable chibi alien model, which also comes with streaming assets like animated overlays, backgrounds, and more. Let's start with opening the model in VTube Studio for the first time. After purchasing the model from Etsy, you will get a PDF file. This PDF file contains a link to Google Drive folder. When you open it, you will get here. As you can see, there are two folders, one with the model files and one with the assets. On the right side of the screen, you can either click Download All, which will download both folders as a zip file, or you can download the folders one by one. Personally, I recommend downloading them one by one because the model folder one is much smaller size and will download quicker. After downloading, please unzip the folders in your computer. Then come back to VTube Studio, double click to open the menu, click on Change VTS Model, import your own model, and open folder. Drag the downloaded unzipped folder to VTube Studio folder you've just opened. Make sure the name of the folder ends with _VTS like this, and then come back to VTube Studio. You can either close and open the whole app, or you can open and close the menu a few times to update your model library. In short time, you will be able to find the alien model and open it. At this point, please make sure your tracking is set up. If you are using VTube Studio for the first time, please find some YouTube tutorial for it according to the type of tracking you're using. Once your tracking is set up correctly, the model will move like this. Now let's check the customization options for this model. Go to Settings, go to Hotkey Settings and Expressions, open Expression Editor, and create new expression. Here you can see the parameters you can interact with. Please only use the ones with the star shapes at the beginning. When you activate the slider, you can use it to change design options. If you want to choose an option, please make sure this number is whole, so get rid of any decimals. Otherwise it would clash with other designs and it wouldn't work properly. Right now I will speed up the video and I'll show you all the design options this model has for you. As you can see, I've also created a new design and now I'll save it. I will just call it design 1 for now, and then here on bottom click save. To use the design you've created, please scroll down the hotkey action cards and click the plus button. Set the hotkey action as Set Unset Expression, and as the expression choose the design you've made. Now choose a key combination, and if you hit it on your keyboard, you will be able to see the design. Just like this. I had a lot of fun with this model and I've created a lot of expressions for it. Some of them can be a little advanced to set up, so I decided to make a preset of all the expressions this model has, which can be helpful especially for beginners. When you download the model, the expressions will already be set up like this. I chose key combinations that always tie to the name of the expression so it's easier to remember, but of course if you'd like, feel free to change it. First thing you need to know is that there are 3 types of expressions. First type that I will talk about are idle animations. Idle animation pretty much means that it's an animation that doesn't stop until you change it for another idle animation. For example, dancing is an idle animation, and if I hit Alt-D, the character starts dancing until I choose something different. Now if I hit Alt-Q, the character will stop dancing because it will come back to the basic idle animation. Last 2 idle animations are rotating and vibing. Vibing under Alt-V and rotating under Alt-R. If I click only Alt-R, the model will rotate, which I'm not really sure if this is useful for anyone. So I will hit Alt-Q to come back to the original state. With vibing only, you can see that it has this warning. The reason is that it's connected to another type of expression, which is a set unset expression type. Please ignore it, it's meant to be this way. It just means that when I hit Alt-V, the vibes, which are those colorful pieces, will appear, but at the same time the animation gets activated, and that's why the vibing expression needs to be deactivated with the same Alt-V, because you don't deactivate the animation, but you deactivate the visibility of the vibes. The rotating animation also has the vibes included in it, so if you first hit the Alt-V and then Alt-R, you can rotate and vibe at the same time. Let's hit Alt-Q to come back to the original state. And you can see right now, because I didn't click Alt-V again, the vibes are just frozen in time, so I need to hit Alt-V before coming back to the original state to make them disappear first. Or you can just do it after, but it will look a little funny. Now I will just go through all the other expressions. With Alt-A you can be angry. Alt-B activates blushing. Alt-Z activates a crazy mode. With Alt-C you can hold a gamepad controller. Alt-L activates glasses. Alt-G activates a gun. This is a type of expression that moves, and the reason why it moves is that the animation is linked to the Alt-Q idle animation. If you change the idle animation to, let's say, dancing, the gun won't be shooting. You need to go back to Alt-Q to the normal idle animation to make the gun work. Alt-T gives you a little tinfoil hat. Alt-H gives you headphones. You can, by the way, combine different expressions together, so you can have a full gaming gear. Alt-J gives you juice. With Alt-K, you can be smart. Alt-N gives you a Uno card. Alt-P is for peace. Now, P was already taken, so for plush alien, since it's like an IKEA plush, I used Alt-I. Alt-S makes you sad. Now, S was taken for sad, so skateboard is on E. And once again, it's linked to the idle animation, so that's why it's moving like this. Now, surprise, S was already taken, so let's say it's W for wow. Now, this is a funny expression, so Alt-U gives you a UFO. And it moves because of the Alt-Q idle animation, and also it has a special normal animation that lasts for a few seconds, and I call it abduction. When you click Alt-O, right now the abducted object is invisible because the texture is empty, but I will show you right now how to change the texture file to add any picture you want so you can abduct it. Let's go open the model folder again. If you open the model folder and find the alien model, and here click on the first folder called Alien Vtuber Builder 2048. The texture 01 is a texture of the abducted object. This is just a border of the picture that you want to abduct. I will show you how to do this in Photopea because it's online and free, and it works like a simplified Photoshop. So after you get here in Photopea, please find the texture file in your computer and just drag it here. Now you can find any picture online, or you can draw something inside. Let's say I want a picture of a cow, so I will go to Google. Let's say I'll take this one and I'll just drag it to Photopea. I'll change the size. I'll position it a bit more towards the bottom. And I will hit Ctrl S to save it. Now back in VTube Studio, I will open the models. I will click the model again so it updates. Now I will click Alt-U to activate the UFO. And if I click Alt-O, you can see now I'm abducting the cow. This way you can add any picture and abduct any object you want. Lastly, I will show you all the assets included with this model and what they would look like if you correctly set them up in OBS. This is the first overlay you can use for your stream. It has this rotating planet underneath, and you can use that with the skateboard expression. You can see that if I position the VTuber in the right way, it looks like it's skateboarding on the planet. You can also use any of the chat boxes included with the model. There is another version of this overlay without the planet. If you still wanted to have something on the right side, you can use some of the items included with the model. For example, you can use this desk. Another included animated background is this one. It's meant to look like as if you're going through space. I think this one looks perfect with the UFO. I think this would be ideal for just chatting. You can have your chat on the right side while you're well visible on the left side. There is also a version with the planet, so you can use the skateboard. And there's also an option with no decoration, so you can just experiment around with it and do silly things. There is also a set of animated screens that you can use for your stream. You can also use any of the static backgrounds. And you can also create your own settings with the animated and static items. That is all for today. If you have any questions, feel free to ask in the comments or send me a message on Etsy. Thank you for watching and have fun with the model!